Hi, and welcome to Moral High Ground, where I try to talk about what's morally right. And today I'm talking about something I feel is an abomination. I feel it's a threat to mankind, to all humankind. And people need to wake up and actually look at how our government and all these things, all these agencies, these medical facilities, these and even education places like college and stuff like that. I mean, educational places, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and you look at these places and wonder what is their main agenda, what is the purpose of the things they're teaching, things they're saying, and where does it lead to? Does it lead to something that might benefit all of mankind or destroy all of us? You know, in just one big Armageddon type of setting, you know, and what are we going to do about it? What's the results? Or how can we put an end to these things? And so today I'm talking about videos. I'm going to be talking about a couple of videos I finally found, again after watching them once, at least one of them anyway. It took a while to try to find it. But we're going to be talking about how this is going to affect all humans and put us that are born naturally underneath a microscope, making us second-class citizens to the new humans that are coming about. So, you know, I know you don't understand anything I'm talking about right now. I'm saying these things, but soon you will understand where I'm getting at. It's like seriously crazy. So, let's get to it. Okay, people, here we got this first video is about Elon Musk has, or is about to create, or has created, maybe into production. Elon Musk has a team of people that's underneath his little fingers. He's a supervillain. He's starting to become a supervillain. He's making things that are, you know, supposed to be helpful for mankind, but maybe he's watched the Jetsons more than I did. And he's making all these robots. He's got buses now that can move on their own, and you know, taxis that move on their own, and little metal robots that are getting explained iRobot on Instagram and stuff. And you know, there's all kinds of things going on that Elon Musk is doing to make a rocket. Rockets go to leave Earth's atmosphere and return back, and all this, you know. And now that Trump's president, he's probably going to work with him on trying to make his Space Force thing work, or whatever the hell the thing was that Trump was trying to create a while back. And anyway, so what's going on now, man? If you can read the title up there, Elon Musk is, you know, you're making human babies, you know, get carried in robots. Like robots are carrying the baby. Actually, the woman doesn't even have to have sex anymore. Her baby can get put into a robot body, and the robot will nurture, give it nutrients and all this stuff to give birth to a baby. And there's no guy having sex with a robot in this situation. But in Japan, it's the opposite way. They're actually making it to where guys can have sex with the robots and make their own baby. So that's usually what I'm talking about, is a Japanese thing. But this here is a whole other level. And then there's another scientific thing that's happening, and has been happening for the past year or so. Y'all just ain't heard about it. And so I'm talking about that today. And it's basically the same thing that, you know, Elon Musk is doing, except without the robot. Okay, more like, imagine Kakarot leaving the planet Vegeta. All of them are these little things. You'll see what I'm talking about. So let's get with this one first.
Breaking news. Elon Musk is working on a mind-blowing invention that could change the way humans experience childbirth forever. A robot that can carry your baby for 9 months while you continue living your life. Could this be the future of parenting? Let's dive into this revolutionary technology.
Elon Musk company Tesla making robots for this purpose.
You and your partner just need to provide your sperm and eggs. Fertilization occurs and the magic begins.
So what's funny right here with this video is they're actually showing other eggs from other species inside the thing as she decides to put the, you know, the sperm and the eggs in there. You know, fertilization, I guess, is fertilizing every species, but it's still wrong. You know, and once you understand, if you know the biology of a woman and childbirth of children, you know that having a kid inside the woman is very it's very important. It's very helpful for the woman as well as the baby to have birth naturally. Even though there's all this other stuff that happens and so forth, things that will happen and cause error, maybe a death or, even stillborns, all kinds of things that happen, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. I know it's kind of messed up to use that term with women's childbirth, but I mean, life lessons come in all types of ways and all types of costs. Okay? There's nothing nice about the way we learn things in life sometimes. Okay? Not nice when it comes to suffering or pain or misery. All these things are a life lesson. We just have to overcome them when they arise. So with this situation here, this is just odd. Very odd.
Sperm and eggs, and the robot will take care of the rest.
Even this is supposed to be a cartoon type part that show you what they're talking about. It looks a little sinister with the mom and the dad sitting there just smiling their ass off. Wouldn't they be a little nervous? It's not, organic. It's a metal thing. It's about to harvest your eggs and your sperm to make baby. And the looks of it, there's multiples in there. So many multiple babies. I'm not going to keep messing around. This is not that long of a little clip.
The robot is built with advanced AI, ensuring your baby is safe and developing as it should, while you go about your day.
Parents can monitor their baby's movements, from tiny flutters to full-on stretches, all visible in real time.
So that's crazy. It's like, just imagine a woman now doesn't have to have the baby inside her. She has a baby outside of her. And so those things saying, hey, you want to feel my baby? You want to feel my baby kick? Or, oh, my baby's laughing or burping. Things girls say when they're pregnant. Don't know what their baby's doing inside of them. And I think that makes a stronger bond because they know. And not just any type of bond, like physical. It's more of a psychological bond because they can tell when something's happening. Actually, I had a girl tell me that she know her baby's laughing or something. And it's like, it happens before, so you don't know, I mean, I'm not a woman, so I can't get an expert on how it is when, how it feels, when a woman's pregnant. But I can only tell you that the bond, the connection between a woman and her child, the way they talk and the way kids, move or whatever goes on with childbirth. So a robot takes away that feeling and makes it more of a visual thing. I think this is wrong right here because we have enough crap to watch on TV and everything, and so watching a child be born through television before you give birth to it is crazy. Even though technically they're not giving birth anymore, it's just science.
The robot constantly adapts to the baby's needs, adjusting temperature and nutrients to mimic the perfect womb environment.
So the problem right there before they move on to the next thing is, okay, so they're monitoring things and nurturing, as they say. The nurturing part is very important with humans, period, because the mom's, of course everyone should know this, the mom's body, is supposed to nurture the baby. It's already building that milk, breast milk, and all that stuff up, and it's doing all kinds of things with the DNA. Make sure the baby is stronger with the DNA and all that. Yes, whatever the woman eats goes into the baby's, body through the tube and all that. So it's kind of a bond. There might be some kind of trait that we all have with certain types of food that our mothers had. Like mothers might have liked pickles and ice cream. It's just a scenario I'm saying. And so somewhere down the line, kid likes ice cream and pickles, but doesn't put them together like their mom did. so that's what I'm thinking. But honestly, you wouldn't have that no more if you had this thing going. You wouldn't have the stuff where a mom might crave donuts with bacon or some crap, just making weird combos, or nacho cheese. It wouldn't be none of that going on. It would just be whatever chemical-based, plant-based or food-based product that the robot is putting into the fetus or whatever. And that's crazy. It's straight up weird. And by doing so, you gotta think, if they do this a lot, then obviously it'd be a different type of human, seriously, because there's no human birth. They lost the mother essence of birth. So that to me is wrong. So here you go.
This transparent robot allows parents to see the baby growing and developing every single day. Imagine watching your baby's first kicks.
See what I'm saying?
This cutting edge.
So that's exactly what I was saying. I was saying, like, here's the thing about watching the baby, and having the robot get nurturing the baby and nutrients to the baby and all that. Here's the thing, the big problem I see is that there's no attachment. Robots holding the baby, the woman's not holding it herself. It's not inside her. So when she gives birth, it's like, okay, this is my child. Your child genetically, biologically, but not physically. And so you don't have that physical attachment. It's been something you watched on TV. It's been something that that you gave a part of your, tiny bit, because you gotta think of this almost like a tiny bit of your DNA to create that baby. And so because the baby's not being held and all that, who knows what happens in life, The person might end up getting sick and dying, and that baby's still being created in a robot. Person might end up, paralyzed and can't even move, or in some cases people are paralyzed and become vegetables and not mentally aware of what's going on. So not just that, then I can go on with the accident stuff, but hey, let's think of the basic stuff. You end up homeless on the street. You end up in jail. You're doing 20 years in jail. A baby's in a robot. Bang, baby comes out, there's no one to take care of it. Unless there's some kind of place that harnesses humans that are made out of pods, pretty much. So, there's no attachment. A woman can have a kid with a man, and the man says, hey, let's do this robot thing. Do the robot thing. She might not be that into it. And the baby's born, and you start hanging around the kid and realize the kid has nothing in common with her, the mother. And so the mother doesn't build that bond. This is why I say when a woman holds the baby, it's more of a stronger connection, because there's DNA being passed. She feels the baby inside her. She gets to see the baby grow and look like her, act like her. And so it makes a lot more sense, or act like the dude she's with, whatever. But I can see a lot of women abandoning these kids, or vice versa. Dad abandoning the woman and the kid, or even the kid itself, thinking that it's not the mother and it's that robot that's the mother. It's like that movie Sharknado, I think like Sharknado 4 or whatever, where a boy, thinks his mom is a shark. He comes from the future and stuff, and he's fucking Dolph Lundgren. It's okay, never mind. We'll start talking about Sharknado, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, the kid thinks he's a shark in the movie, whatever, because the shark, cut the shark open and bring him out in the movie before. And so in this thing here, it's like, you're putting the kid and getting credited in the robot, everything's robot, who knows what memories are being implanted or whatever else. Science, this is weird science, and not technically science fiction, but it's actually becoming light. And so it's like, hey, you can put memories in this thing and all that. And so when the kid gets with the mom, it doesn't really know that. It's in those orders that was propagated and put inside and twisted about. I'm saying things all randomly and riddle, and hopefully you understand. But yeah, it just seems really unsafe and illogical.
Edge robot serves as an artificial womb, allowing your baby to grow just like it would in a human body. For the next 9 months, the robot will safely carry your baby, letting you continue with your daily life without worry.
That's crazy.
From day 1 to the 9th month, every single detail of your baby's development is taken care of by this revolutionary technology.
here's the creepy part.
Once the 9 months are complete, the robot carefully hands over the baby, ready for birth without the risks of traditional delivery.
This innovation could drastically reduce childbirth complications and ensure a safer pregnancy for many.
You see, that's the thing too. Yeah, it might be able to change some things. I don't know how though. That's why I say it's the scary part. Because, okay, so let's say a baby's born with another limb. What is a robot gonna do to fix that? Could it do it before it turned into a solid form while it was still in the embryo phase? Or can it just go on and just say, hey, we know a way to switch the DNA around and make it seem more like this and that? I mean, really, what is it going to do? That's the scary part. Because then it's like, okay, you got something forming, a human forming inside this robot, and if the robot malfunctions and decides the head isn't where it's supposed to be, and chops off the head, then the whole baby's dead. So, I mean, it's like, you know, I might be reaching a bit and going, you know, real off on the conspiracies of this thing, but honestly, how do we know it's going to do everything 100%, especially if they haven't done it before? But this theory here is supposed to be, or this science here, is supposed to be for the women that can't physically give birth, but can produce eggs. And so the babies are supposed to be born in these robots. I don't know if that was said or if I talked over it or whatever, but that's what the thing is. And it's the same excuse they're going to make for the next situation.
We want to hear your thoughts. Could you imagine a future where robots like this help raise children? Drop your opinions and ideas in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing innovations.
And growing. So, what I just showed you was an Elon Musk baby carrying robot, or should I say, baby nurse carrying robot, something of that nature. But the truth about it is, we don't need that. We just need people. I mean, it's hard enough for people to get together and stay together nowadays. We got people making TV, or should I say, just shows on YouTube and everything about how men can't get with women and all this crap. And then you're talking about robots giving birth to babies. So whose babies are they for when there's not enough babies being made anymore? And not enough discipline and things enough to make them normal. Okay, and I know people hate the word normal, but let's just say rational. You know, rational thinking. You know, you get your butt whooped, you're gonna stop doing crazy stuff, and you ain't gonna go do it. And all these kids that gotta stand in the corner, all that crap, through that nanny, super nanny crap, you know what I mean? All that nonsense they were doing. Those are the ones that's running out here being the retards right now. The crazy bastards that run around believing that stones are made of liquid and liquids are made of plastic and so forth. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay? You're just doing all this crazy stuff. Irrational, illogical, and it sounds deluded. You know? It sounds really like brainwashed material. And they're eating it up because they don't know the world. They just want to be a part of something. You know, when sometimes it just ain't right to fit in with the crowd. You know, sometimes the crowd is just lame because they pick something that doesn't suit you, and why follow in that footsteps? Just because everyone else is doing it, someone else is doing it, that's their problem. It's not yours. Because you'll hang up, man, if you believe that. I don't care about that. You gotta let people know. You know what I mean? Like literally, like a lot of stuff that's talked about nowadays, especially online, is like you gotta be really into this person or this group or whatever, you know, program site that you was on or whatever, to care about the person that's the most popular on there and continue to go on and make videos about that person when that person doesn't matter to anybody. No one really cares in life. So it's like same thing with certain things when it comes to careers and jobs. Some people in the job are so concerned about whatever the main focus of this project is, and they don't really see that there's other things they can do to change the situation so it wouldn't have to use whatever it is that they use. And hopefully y'all know what I mean by that if you're doing office jobs and things. So even with factory jobs, they're trying to pick someone that moves fast and efficient, but when you have people sitting there trying to do something else on top of what you're trying to do, you're gonna have somebody trying to stop you from doing what you need to get done. And that's just the bottom line. It's a waste of time and money. All of it is. Okay? And this right here is a waste of time and money. A woman needs to have her own children being born. And I believe if a woman who can't give birth or has birth difficulties shouldn't try this. I don't think she should. Because then you're putting your DNA in the hands of Elon Musk. And who knows what the next scientific project is. Make Elon Musk clone giant wrestling looking dudes to go conquer whatever nation he has a problem with. Or state, or country, or whatever. So, that's just my opinion, man. And so, we're going to move on to the next video. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Over. So this next video we're about to watch, that I'm reviewing, or whatever you want to call this, is about the most abomination of all. And there's hidden agenda behind it. And if you can watch this video with me and say, hey, well, you're nuts, then I must be nuts. I must be completely insane, psychotically so. But I'm going to tell you, there's got to be a better reason why you would make mass quantities of something that's untested and just pretty much abomination against humanity. It's a crime against humanity is what I'm saying this is. And it's just wrong in all sense of the word. And it doesn't make sense. It's a hidden agenda, seriously. So we're going to get into this video, and what I'm saying is this is humans being created in mass proportions when we already have too many damn humans running around destroying it and ruining it for everybody else. And let's not forget the ones that are making everyone else look bad. Like, especially if you're one race, of, you know, if you're Mexican, black, Asian, whatever, you got somebody running around making everybody else look bad. Okay, and so this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at right now. So this thing here we're about to watch is, like I said, reminds you of some science fiction stuff. Not just science fiction, but some supervillain science fiction stuff. So most comic books are like science fiction anyway. So this is where we're going with this. So strap on to your seats. Here comes the crap. Oh crap. Okay. Oh, let me stop. But as you can see right now, there's tons of these little pods. Okay, I'm telling you, it reminds you of Kakarot. And before Vegeta blew up, I mean the planet, not the dude. Okay, Prince Vegeta is like Prince Vegeta the Third or some crap. He's had this comic that explained all that. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about Dragon Ball. But this is what I'm getting at. This looks like some factory working thing full of chickens inside like little chicken containers. But they're not. They're humans. And this is the crap. So, you know, it says the world's first artificial womb factory. It's a factory. Why is it a factory of humans? So this is what I'm saying. This is the underhanded, the secretive, manipulative, sinister thing that they're trying to do. And most likely will probably be accepted by people who think this is a good idea because they're pulling at the heartstrings of women that have problem giving birth. And not just women that has problem giving birth, but those couples that don't date the opposite sex. And so they're making these artificial humans. And I'm saying artificial. I know they're saying, oh, this is just sperm and DNA and eggs or whatever, and it's still a human. No, it's not. It's artificial because it's not done the natural way, the natural order of things. It's done in a way where, you know, you can make a human in mass production. Who could say that they 9 months? You don't need that 9 months now. They got the freaking thing and make this thing accelerate as fast as it wants. I mean, let's not forget how cloning works. So, you know, let's get into this.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy.
Pause it. So, Candace Owens, I don't know how many months ago, or if it was last year or whatever, is where I first saw this video. And she, you know, she was doing a review, so she cut it really short. And she was explaining it in her way, which all that crap went above my head because I didn't care what she was talking about. Once I saw this thing, I was like, damn, this is crazy. This can't be real. if this is happening, we're in some crap. I mean, literally, I have seen so much science fiction nonsense in horror movies and things. It can only go one way. It can go really bad. By doing this, though, that means however these people were being created, they are different than us. Not just the fact that they're robots, but when you hear how they're being created, the chemicals and things they're putting into their bodies, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. So, like I said, it's very, very sinister.
Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications.
See, that's the pulling on the heartstrings part. So you're saying a woman who lost her uterus, a woman that can't give birth or whatever. I forget, there was some girl I knew, and I don't remember how it works, but there was like something about scratching on the inside of her stuff that made it unable for her to birth. I don't know. I'm not a chick, once again. So, or a woman, let's be politically correct. But it's just that, it's just really odd. Let me shut up.
With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others.
But the countries they just put out there, or countries that are not America. But I've seen something where it's all about America. This whole process is all about America, which means they changed the video a bit, or someone added their own thing to it. But yes, the reason why Japan, because they're not getting married no more. They're not having kids no more. Some of these other countries they mentioned, same thing. It's happening worldwide, but here in America it's even more stronger because of how the internet has changed the influences of the women. It changed them from being pious, sweet, or even like having empathy. It's a thing of the past. As the women's are more aggressive and more forceful with the words they say, and their body language is already eye-catching or shocking. So it's like, what the hell? And it just makes it uncomfortable when a woman's telling you she done banged a whole bunch of dudes, or, she done did all this crap, and you're like, what the hell? Or they demand things, like I see on all these videos on YouTube and things, where they're constantly demanding a guy have money and be 6 feet tall and all that. The hell you want a 6 foot tall giant for? You can't whoop their ass when they do something wrong. I'm talking about the kid that they would make. Now, unless it goes vice versa, because the gene pool is a little odd, and sometimes somebody that's really tall can make somebody very small. It's weird science. But this is even weirder science. This is, hell, quasi-science. Okay?
The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year. Ectolife allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to...
Okay, I gotta pause it, because that's the part where I'm saying it's really sinister. Why are you making 30,000 every year? 30,000 is a small army, man. I mean, small army of babies. And it's like, honestly, they're not going to have too much birth defects if they're created with perfect science, efficient science. They could probably do all kinds of stuff. Within this, you're going to hear stuff about the genocode being altered, which is the biggest problem I see. The altered genocode is exactly the thing I'm saying to be warned about, that will take these beings, these new humans they're creating, and put us in the primitive state. Because once you can alter the genocode, the science is unlimited. I mean, you can change eye colors, you can change the skin into reptile skin, and you can make feathers, you can do whatever the hell you want if you can understand and alter the genocode to your will. You can even give the baby 4 arms and make it look like Goro from Mortal Kombat. You can do all kinds of nonsense. This is not basically for normal people. This is for creating a whole different type of people. People that might be able to handle all elements. People that might be able to withstand poisons of all kind. It's like certain things, you gotta think about it. Okay, they're making babies in a lab. They're not sitting there saying, okay, this baby's gonna be good, perfect for you, and make it feel normal. No, they're telling you right now, they're putting all this crap in these babies. You'll see what I'm saying.
To their surfaces. Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation.
Now see that stuff right there, that's all right. But it gets to another level. We'll see.
The artificial intelligence-based system also monitors the physical features of your baby and reports any potential genetic abnormalities.
See? That's when you're getting into the genocode. Genetic abnormalities. So what she's saying is they're going to see there's something that's genetically flawed within your DNA that made this baby. No matter if you're male or female, if the dad's DNA is jacked up and the mom's DNA is full of junk, they're going to get rid of it. They're going to get rid of junk DNA. With junk DNA is what makes the weird family member that you can't stand. So, so be like, obviously, you need junk DNA. I don't know. You'll see.
The pods are equipped with a screen that displays real-time data on the developmental progress of your baby. These data are sent directly to your phone so you can track your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development. A special section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones.
That's a little creepy too, because it's like you invading the baby because you're seeing it grow. Maybe that might be a good thing for some people. Might think, wow, that's a great thing. But you're watching a baby from a phone. Like, naturally, I think the watching part is the feeling part a normal woman would have having birth. She would feel the baby grow inside her. She would feel the stretching the arms and legs and things like that. I think that's the pure beauty of the birth. And this stuff is taking that away and making it so it's a visual thing, so it's another streaming service or whatever, and it's not cool. It takes the magic away from, or the natural order of things away from a woman.
Because babies can recognize language and learn new words while still in the womb, Ectolife growth pods feature internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. Through the app, you can choose the playlist that your baby listens to. You can also directly sing to your baby and make them familiar with your voice before birth.
Now that's the one part that the Elon Musk thing didn't have, is trying to make sure the baby understands and recognizes your voice. Because honestly, when a baby's full and grown up, it needs to know what you sound like. It needs to hear you cuss them out. It needs to hear you tell them to pick up something. You tell them, shut up, stop doing that, stuff like that. So if the baby can't hear your voice beforehand, then the baby don't. That's the part where I say there's a weird void between the mother and the child. And then the mother might be like, this ain't my child. And the child might be like, oh, I don't hear her, she's not my mom. And we'll think the robot's her mom, like I was explaining about Finn and the dang shark baby and stuff like that. I'm not trying to make a whole bunch of Sharknado references, but that's what I keep thinking about. But anyway, so here we go.
Our goal is to provide you with an intelligent offspring that truly reflects your smart choices. Ectolife improves your bonding experience with your baby. Thanks to a 360 degrees camera that's fitted inside your baby's growth pod, you can use your virtual reality headset to explore what it's like to be in your baby's place. See what they see and hear what they hear. Using a wireless haptic suit connected to your baby's growth pod, you will be able to sense their kicks in the womb and share this experience with your friends and family members.
So that right there is too much, okay? First off, like, you got this vest that's supposed to make you feel the kicks and all that, and you might as well just have baby normally. Second of all, you got this camera that's going around the top of the tube or pod, and it's supposed to tell you how you feel, like if you were the baby in the liquid and all that stuff. That's way too much, because you gotta think, how much money does that cost? How much money does it cost at first to even put your DNA into one of these things to make this baby? How much money does it cost for this retarded vest? How much money does it cost for the stupid camera thing? How much money does it cost to put it on your phone and say, oh, I'm watching my baby grow? That's too much money. So this obviously is one of the questions where you go, who is this for? Because it's not for normal American people. It's not. I know they aimed it at people in other countries, but I was told, and I think everybody else was told in America, that all these people in other countries are piss poor in their third world countries, and they can't afford no crap like this. Okay, unless you're lowering it to a real reasonable price, maybe around $3,000, and that's not happening if you're making a human life. So I mean, this is unpractical. It's really unpractical. It's highway robbery, because once again, you're pulling at the heartstrings of somebody. You're saying, I'm gonna make a baby for you, and this is all the cool stuff you can see with the baby. Wouldn't you want to know how your baby feels inside of this thing? Wouldn't you want to know what the baby's doing and looking like? I mean, come on, it's too much. That's gonna cost somebody at least around $15,000-$20,000, something like that. It's just a lot of stuff and a lot of equipment. And at the reality of it, how much time and money do you have to spend to make this thing happen? On top of the fact that you have maybe a job, maybe both of y'all have a job. I mean, I think it might work for people that work. If the mom works and the dad works and they have no time to procreate or whatever, then yes, this might make logic. And if they got enough money saved up to buy all this extra crap, then yeah, it might work. But still, this is for the rich. This is for the rich. It's for the wealthy that can't have babies and stuff. That's what this is for. It's not for normal street people. People come up straight from the streets, straight gangsters. It ain't for people that work minimum wage jobs. It's not for any of those. Okay, this is just for wealthy people and elite and people in political settings. Royalty, whatever. That's what this is for. Okay.
With Ectolife, your baby will receive the best nutrients that can support their growth.
Okay, this is the part when I watched this thing and I was like, this disturbs the hell out of me. This bothers me, man. Because I've sat there and I pondered it after watching this. Literally, I got this stupid zit thing right here. I don't know what the hell's going on. Razor bump or something. But anyway, so, and my hair's fully full. But anyway, so, this is gross. This is gross to me. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it. And I pondered it because I was thinking, this is too much. You can't do that. That wouldn't make a healthy baby. That wouldn't make a strong baby. And surely it wouldn't have all the nutrients that a normal human baby would have. Literally, no nutrients at all. Okay? And when I get to that point and I'll explain it again, you're going to be like, he's right. He's fucking right. Because why would you want somebody to sit back and give your baby things that aren't healthy for its body? Or even if it is healthy, it's not the same healthiness as somebody that's physically already alive. Everyone alive has had nutrients the same type of way by consuming food. And if you know about your herbal supplements and whatnot and things like that, they tell you that each vegetable, plant, or whatever has its own properties, and we should know that already through medication and going to the doctor, if not through science. The same thing with metals. There's different types of metals. Each metal has a different property, and some actually have nuclear properties and things like that. So it's this is I don't want to say it's great science at all. I want to say it's some kind of excuse me, science of recycling of some kind, because you're not giving nutrients, you're giving something that's already been done before that doesn't help beneficially. I don't know, I got hiccups or burps or something.
Each group of pods is connected to 2 central bioreactors. The first bioreactor contains nutrients and oxygen, which are supplied to your baby through an artificial umbilical cord.
Now that's the part that's all right, the way they explain it. Oxygen, nutrients coming through an umbilical cord to your baby, making your baby, getting fed and get the oxygen that it's going to need. But they go a step further.
This bioreactor also contains a liquid solution that serves as the amniotic fluid that surrounds babies in the mother's uterus. It's rich of vital hormones, growth factors, and antibodies that sustain your baby's growth and development.
Okay, so it's mixed with, hormones and all the stuff, right? But this is all that's supposed to naturally come out of the mother. So it's got its own hormones that's already scientifically altered to make it feel that way, but it's not the stuff that's coming from the mother. It's not the same amniotic fluid. It's something totally different and something new. And you got to think about every little word they're saying here. You got to analyze it until you go crazy like me. Okay, you got to go crazy like me. This is like beyond Terminator shit. Okay, forget Arnold Schwarzenegger and T-2000s and all that, whatever. Look at this and think about it. Humans being the most dangerous creature to come and attack people, and you'll be rich, man.
Thanks to a system controlled by artificial intelligence, each baby receives custom nutrients tailored to their needs. The second bioreactor is designed to...
Here's the part. This is the part that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Not at all.
...to eliminate any waste products produced by the babies. The artificial...
Let me go back a bit. Just a little hot second. I went too far back. Here we go. Yes, that's Uncle Roger. I watch Uncle Roger.
The second bioreactor is designed to eliminate any waste products produced by the babies. The artificial umbilical cord helps the babies to release their waste products into the second bioreactor. With the help of a delicate layer of engineered enzymes, the second bioreactor can then recycle waste products and turn them back into useful nutrients.
Boom. That bothers the hell out of me. It bothers the hell out of me. You're going to recycle, you're going to put an enzyme, I can't even say it right now, into a barrel full of baby waste. You're going to make that enzyme eat up the baby waste and turn back into some kind of nutrients that you can recycle through the child. So this kid is actually getting some kind of nutrients already, oxygen and some other stuff. But after it goes to the bathroom or whatever it's supposed to do through the umbilical cord, there's recycled waste coming back in. So it's like you're pushing all these chemicals and things back and forth to the baby. But the worst part is you're using something to change something that's supposed to be waste back into food. It doesn't sound healthy. It doesn't sound natural. It sounds like this sounds like I'm trying to find a word for it, and I've been trying to find a word for it since I first saw this thing, because it makes no sense. It just doesn't sound right. A human baby's gonna eat in the mother, inside the mother is gonna eat whatever the mother's eating. It's going to put it through the baby. It's going to get nutrients. It's going to be healthy. It's going to be strong. But once the baby, gets waste, it's waste. It's no longer food. So it's like, this crap here is some fucking weird science. I'm like, seriously, it can't be healthy. They have to seriously try to make me understand. I don't understand. Maybe I'm not too scientifically as smart as I think I am. I mean, maybe if you're agreeing with me, you don't think you're scientifically smart either. But even if you are, and you got a degree, or you're a science expert or a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. But, and once again, if ever a whiz there was, you have to whiz. So it doesn't make any sense. Okay, this doesn't make sense. So explain that to me. Leave it in some kind of comment somewhere. Find me on whatever media platform I'm on, and say, hey Shelby, you remember you talking about babies and pods? Well, this is why this is happening. But right now, to me, that's crazy. Okay, that doesn't sound healthy at all. Okay, just think about how long the thing is in the tube, steadily eating its own feces and stuff. If you think about it, its own piss and stuff. It's not good. It's nasty. It's horrible. And I don't think it got any benefit to help the baby whatsoever. And that's the one key that will separate our humanity that's alive right now to these pod babies, is because the pod babies don't eat different things. Same stuff gets recycled into them, and it's the same damn nutrients. Whatever nutrients they are, it can't be every nutrient on the planet. It just really can't. And at the same time, you don't know what's truly making a baby healthy unless they actually sat back and thought, this is what's going to make babies. And who's to say they're not putting a whole bunch of like steroids through these things to make the super soldiers? That's what it really looks like super soldier type stuff, like something Lex Luthor would have created to destroy Superman, all kind of stuff like this. Okay, and it's not cool. It's not cool. We don't know what's happening, and it could be a big trick, the biggest trick of all, to sell to women that can't have children, to those couples that aren't compatible with DNA switching, or should I say, just plain simple same-sex couples, okay, that obviously can't breed, do this, okay, and so they're pulling on their heartstrings and all this to make babies. But the thing about it is, these babies aren't human babies. Well, they're human babies, but they're not us human babies. Us and them. Think about Pink Floyd. Us and them. Okay? Okay, so I mean, it's like, this is nonsense. This is crazy. Baby making monsters. And maybe they're not going to be monsters. Maybe they might be alright until you do something and they snap because they don't understand certain ways to be human. And if even, let's say the mother gets them and feels totally uncomfortable. Let's say every mother, let's say this picture you're looking at here, I don't know how many babies this is. This has to be like at least, 100 babies almost. But let's say there is, or maybe 50, who knows. But all these babies go to their biological mothers or genetic mothers, and the mothers are uncomfortable because the baby doesn't act like any other baby. And it walks weird. It can talk early. It can do all this stuff. Who knows the stuff that they're programming when it comes to words that they're putting in? Because they say they have to have has every language and all this crap going in the baby's head. Who's to say this baby ain't going to be saying something like, it wants to destroy you or whatever? So it's genetically flawed. It's a very messed up thing. But we're not even at the tip of crazy. But even though that's the part that bothered me is you're going to give the baby nutrients, oxygen, all this stuff that's healthy. And when the baby makes waste, you're taking all that waste, you're putting in slime in there, and it's going right back into the baby, and it's turning the baby, supposed to make the baby healthy again. There's no new nutrients, there's no new nothing. Something new has to be added, so the baby can grow a certain way. So it might be some chemical, some kind of chemical, some kind of medication, some kind of whatever it is. It's not going to be natural stuff that babies get. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to make super soldiers.
This way, the facility ensures a steady and sustainable supply of fresh nutrients to your baby.
Waste, not fresh.
With Ectolife, miscarriage and low sperm count are a thing of the past. Prior to placing the fertilized embryo of your baby inside the growth pod, in vitro fertilization.
So there we go. She's talking about in vitro fertilization. But anyways, this is like that just pulls on the heartstring. Low sperm count, which they pull heartstrings of guys who want kids. And then they're saying, miscarriage. Pulled heartstrings of women that miscarried. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. None of that is cool. Quit playing people's heartstrings because they can't afford your high experimental thing on baby humans.
Fertilization is used to create and select the most viable and genetically superior embryo, giving your...
Genetically. She just said it to you guys. She just said genetically embryo. This is genetic embryo. It's not a real embryo. It's all crazy.
Baby a chance to develop without any biological hurdles.
Okay, here it goes.
And if you want...
Okay, so here's the thing. All the stuff I said just a minute ago is meaningless. The main problem is the genocode. Well, not everything I said, because I did talk about the genocode. But here we go. We're about to talk about the genocode and these babies. And this is the ultimate of weird science. This is bad. This is where, in their minds, it's super science. Think about the difference. Super science means you made an achievement for all of mankind. You know what I mean? It means you studied it, you researched it, you know, and at such time you found that it would benefit all of mankind. And then that became super science. But when it comes to us people, regular people, once again, us and them, Pink Floyd, okay, you start thinking, will that really benefit people? And this is where the idea of mad scientist comes in. It's just like a supervillain. Let me give you an example. You know, a guy might think, okay, you know, my company can be able to house many people. We gotta just make sure they have this much money and this and that and so forth, and we'll charge them this type of fee for whatever the hell, overhead or some crap. And then they take all the money and they leave the messed up house. That's a bad analogy and I didn't think that out right. Don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore that one. Here's a better one. Here's a better one. Someone comes up with a strand of a virus that they can alter. A virus that's in all humans. And this guy's like, you know, he's the head of his field. And he says, I can alter this virus for all humans to be stronger and live to 300 years old. So he goes and he puts it out to some people. He maybe gives it to an 80-year-old man, 80-year-old man starts getting younger. Stuff start growing back, hell, even his teeth or whatever. And it's like, bang, he saved the world. Shocking. But the downside is the virus starts to deteriorate the insides after a while. It starts to make the man pretty much paralyzed, okay, after a while. But he still looks useful. Things still grew back. You know what I'm saying? But is it to kill people or to help people? And did you experiment on it long enough to make sure that it's perfect science? And they didn't do that. Here, this still sounds experimental and crazy, you know, outrageous. But with all science, there's always some kind of crazy man that makes the knowledge logic. It's usually the one they call crazy that understands the world better and sees it different than the normal person that can't understand it at all and just does what they feel because they feel there's no consequences. So, let's get into this. I'm telling you, freaky science to me. Here we go.
Biological hurdles. And if you want your baby to stand out and have a brighter future, our Elite package offers you the opportunity to genetically engineer the embryo before implanting it into the artificial womb.
So, first off, in our extreme package, y'all see the dollar signs? Give me the money, show me the money. Whatever the hell they're talking about. For the love of money. Okay? That's what's going on right here. The extreme package or whatever she said. Okay? That's costing a fortune. So this is, like I said, this is like for wealthy people. This is what they're about to do to the genocode right now. Because this is about the genocode. It is crazy. They're about to change genetic features that would have happened naturally. They're going to change the whole thing. Maybe your whole family has a nose a certain way, an eye color a certain way, a hair color, whatever. They done found a way to eliminate all that and put some crazy crap and give you vampire teeth and cat eyes and a tail. You know, this is what's happening. So, yeah. So, what this is now, once they start talking about what they're talking about here, gene splicing is a thing that's about to come next. They're not going to talk about it here. But I'm telling you, gene splicing is the next thing to come up in scientific advances. And you're going to be like, what's gene splicing? You guys call it hybrids. You guys call them cryptids. You call them, you know, you got so many different terms for it. I call it fusors because they're fusing together. Okay? They're fusing. Okay? They're fusing different species together, whatever. Okay? But this is to go into a human body. Okay? Which means you change the whole DNA of a human. Once you start playing around with stuff like this, with the genetic code, you are no longer making a normal human. You are making an abomination. Okay? You must always, as people of nature, people of humanity, and of course people of God, make things the way it's supposed to be naturally. You don't go around, only creature that's like totally like a fusor or hybrid as y'all call it is a duck-billed platypus. The damn thing is a duck that looks like a beaver that lays eggs. Is that on? I think it lays eggs. Who knows? See, there you go. Genetic mutation. But one that was naturally by God. So it makes this stuff here crazy as hell. Not unless it happened from the old humans before us. And I don't even want to get into that, but I will one of these days. So, because we're not the first, we're not the actual ones that came from Adam and then it just kept going on. The earth has been destroyed multiple times and different types have survived. And what we got now is all the humans that have survived. That, I don't even get into that. But we're talking about the genocode. And it makes no sense to go and alter the genocode. Like I said, take junk DNA out, take the great-grandfather's gastricular reflux disease problem out. It's like all this crap. It makes no sense. It's not natural. It's not human.
Our baby to stand out and have a brighter future. Our Elite package offers you the opportunity to genetically engineer the embryo before implanting it into the artificial.
Before implanting it, they then already altered it through a microscope. Either altered the male's DNA or the female's DNA, and maybe it's not neither one of those DNA, but they're telling you it's their DNA, so they can slice it and make it even more smaller, so they can make multiples. It's like crazy, psychotic natures. It's insane.
Artificial womb. Thanks to CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing.
Now these genes right here, I'm gonna explain a little science of my own. Why they explain their weird science. Oh crap! I'm gonna pause it when it gets there.
Thanks to.
So this thing here represents your age, and not just by how can I explain it? So this is how it naturally is. Most of us has this like this, looking like that your whole life. These things that look like there's two, like an H almost with two things, whatever. As you get older, they start to chip away and get smaller, which means you start to grow gray hair. You start to have messed up problems with your limbs, whatever it is in your genocode. Like, you might get old and there's a hip problem in your, DNA or whatever. So once these things go away, you're old as dirt. Okay? But sometimes there's some people that are trying to alter that and make it so it always looks like this. And it doesn't chip away and start going down, but it starts from the 2 points that's at the top of the string to the bottom of the string. And they actually use this already in something you all love and don't even realize it. They use this to explain the Wolverine's death in Logan, because Logan's supposed to be old. Nothing kills him, nothing takes away. But when these strands go down, you get old as hell, you get sick, and yada yada, and you're more acceptable to all kinds of viruses and illnesses. And so that's some science you need to know. And we'll talk about that later. Back to the genocode, okay?
CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing tool. You can edit any trait of your baby through a wide range of over 3. Elite package offers you the opportunity to genetically engineer the embryo before implanting it into the artificial womb. Thanks to CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing tool, you can edit any trait of your baby through a wide range of over 300 genes. By genetically engineering a set of genes, the Elite package allows you to customize your baby's eye color, hair color, skin tone, physical strength, height, and level of intelligence. It also allows you to fix any inherited genetic diseases that are part of your family history so that your baby and their offspring will live a healthy, comfortable life, free of genetic diseases.
Until it interacts with one of us. That's the catch. The baby can live free of all diseases and illnesses until it interacts with one of us. It's like one of those people that come from the old races and they don't have any virus, anything at all, until they interact with humans of modern day. It's like this one village that's off the shore of Madagascar or something. The guy, a whole bunch of people, English people, kidnapped this girl and a guy or whatever, and they got sick and automatically started dying on the boat because they were getting close to people who had colds, flus, and all this. And they took the guy back to the thing, and they banished people from ever interacting with the outsiders because it makes them sick, it makes them die. Cursed people we are to other folks with none of these viruses or illnesses. So when you make a baby that's genetically altered to where it could change from, you have two Caucasians make an Asian people, whatever, because they're playing with the genocode. And you can do the same thing, make two black couples, make white babies that are 9 feet tall or whatever. This is what they're telling you. And so the thing is, they have no genetic flaws. All illnesses from family bloodlines are wiped out. And so they're perfectly pure. They're as pure as the first human that ever was created. The only problem is sexual transmitted disease. They're going to have love with somebody. It's going to get them sexual transmitted disease, which will open the floodgate for viruses and other illnesses to come in. Because once the body starts getting weak, it will adapt to some other virus coming in and also attacking it, because it's already fighting some other illness off. Another illness comes in, it weakens the body even more in the immune system. So it's a whole big can of worms you don't want to open, and you don't want to do like that stupid book, eating your fried worms.
Say goodbye to the pain of childbirth and birth-related muscle contractions. Ectolife provides you a safe, pain-free alternative that helps you deliver your baby without stress.
That's the main thing that's going to sell to women. We got to understand. I don't know if you ever seen a baby get born, but man, it's like watching an alien come out and attacking people. This is big head. It's like, oh my God, there's a head there. Why is there a head there? Oh my God. So this, seriously though, so if you see a woman give birth, it's almost, I don't know, but it's nature. It's nature. You gotta get used to it. But at the same time, like, oh my God, what's happening? Why is this? Oh my God. So, like, no. I'm putting that image back in my head. But, yes, this is going to appeal to a lot of women. At least that part. And women go through so much pain giving childbirth. And I'll say this. Unlike all other stuff women go on about how they're supposed to be looked highly upon, and they're supposed to be respected and all this crazy nonsense for doing nothing but looking hot and being stupid, But I still believe every woman that has birth should be more respected and honored and should treat themselves with a high level of respect, but not be able to just be a woman and just think you deserve everything and whatnot. I think the woman that went through the pain, created life, are one of the greatest things, and the greatest thing they ever went through was that childbirth. And I believe they should be held on a pedestal for doing that, and going through that much takes bravery, takes great bravery and great strength for a woman to give childbirth. So shout out to every woman that gives childbirth and is able to keep it together and stay with that child, because you, like most good dudes, are a dying breed and deserve the most love and admiration as possible. So let's wrap this up. But the genocode thing, okay, that I'm tripping on, because I kind of, gotta give props out to the women, man, that do the right thing, You gotta do the same thing for guys that stick around, and there's no real father if you ain't really sticking with your family, you know what I mean? But my thing is, okay, I'm pretty much doing my stuff. To me, this is, y'all might be thinking, oh, this is kind of cool. This is great science. I'm thinking this is some fucked up shit. This is not cool. This is not right. It is especially the genocode. Okay, that's where I'm at. Okay, besides the recycling, babies eating crap that they already crapped out and getting cleaned and eating it again is messed up. Don't be eating while y'all watching me talk about this. So, what I'm saying is, okay, what they just said, the baby can change skin color, change hair color. This is all what you want your baby to look like. You can get rid of the nose if you want. You can make it taller, smaller, bigger, buffer. You can make the baby all kinds of things. So with that being said, just by playing with the genocode that much will give Gateway, give it another, if this comes out soon, and if it probably already is out, then give it another 5 to 7 years, and you will have gene splicing as a normal everyday thing in society. where people want to look like a certain animal. They already got these furries running around trying to dress up like animals. So just imagine someone says, hey, I want to look like a werewolf. And they go in and change the genocode. And don't have to go to the beginning of the person's birth like they did here. But do it by like increments. Like tiny pills, like herbal supplements that constantly change your skin color and stuff. They have that already. There was some French, or no, she's not French, she's British, broad that thought she was black. And so she went and started dyeing her skin by taking pills, and it turned her black. It's not a new thing either. That was happening in the 80s. If I remember 84 and all that, they were doing that. I mean, white people were changing pills and stuff, could change their skin and give them the ultimate tan through taking pills. So, genocode is a whole different thing when you talk about gene splicing, because that's taking a foreign species and mixing it with yours. Now, I think the only way they could probably actually do that, if these scientists are all about humanity and they find a way to change human by just working with humans, that's one thing. But if you open a book by Charles Lyell, who says all embryos are the same, no matter what species, then you would be crazy enough to believe that you can find other species' DNA within the human genocode. If you can do that and be able to mutate it to your advantage, then you will have humans walking around with, not like those people you see on Instagram or something, or somewhere else on the internet where their tongue is split like a snake and all that, because they surgically did that. But you actually have people that actually do look like that because their genocode changed. And plus that's stupid, because we have human tongues are bigger, much wider. You know, snakes are very thin and stuff, so it's crazy, but that's the truth. So I also got truth of it. And it is frightening that science is happening, because it changes everything. You know, it changes everything, and it makes the delusional people out there that already believe in certain nonsense seem right, because they can make that nonsense come to life. You know, so it's wild, man.
The delivery process is smooth, convenient, and can be done with just a push of a button. After discharging the amniotic fluid from the artificial womb, you will be able to easily remove your baby from the growth pod. Everything is perfectly designed so you and your partner can enjoy the delivery process.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Okay, just the baby's in the thing and look what pops out. Baby, right? Like, it's too easy. Okay, God made it difficult. Makes a lot of stuff difficult so we can learn a lesson. Okay, and maybe a lot of women learned a lesson through childbirth. That whatever it was, it changed them. There's this girl, just telling a story. There's this girl I know. I'm not gonna tell you who she is, what she is, how I know her, and whatever. But this girl used to be mean as hell. I mean, mean, man. She went to Catholic church and everything. Our school and everything was mean. And talk mad shit, right? Dude, like, years later, I see her, and she's just like, hey, Shelby, give me a hug and all this. And all this. I'm like, damn, you nice. I was like, you changed. What happened, man? Like, I was all messed up. And then I realized, because her kids came with her dude or whatever, I said, oh, you had kids, right? And then I seen that, not just once, but this was the main one, because she was crazy. And before, anyway. And childbirth made her a more humble person. And I seen that with a couple other girls, too. And I was like, okay, childbirth changes women. But it changes women with heart. Gives them heart, gives them love, and empathy we still need in society that is going away. That is going away by greedy, selfish women that are more worried about stupid crap instead of trying to survive. Ultimately, we need to survive, people. And money is the main key that we need to survive, but money corrupts and it gives us mental illnesses. Okay, we have so many mental illnesses because of money, it makes no sense. People think they can swim around in money like Scrooge McDuck. How crazy is that? It's crazy, but they do. Okay? And so, I don't know, this is what I'm saying. It's just really crazy. But let's hear the rest of the crazy science.
To ensure full transparency, our post-delivery free DNA paternity test helps you confirm the genetic identity of your baby so you can return home knowing that your baby is genetically yours. You don't have to worry about power cuts or carbon footprint. Ectolife uses highly efficient, clean, renewable energy consisting of solar and wind power.
See, that proves my point again about super soldier babies, because okay, it's ran through wind and solar power. Wind's always gonna happen. The sun ain't going nowhere, which means they want to make sure no power gets cut off in this place. That these babies are constantly, and maybe that sounds normal to everybody that's watching this, okay? But come on, man. Like, normally, there's a lab that's got some kind of, that's on the freaking grid, man, the light grid, okay? And I ain't saying, okay, we're going to keep it off the grid and it's going to be ran by sunlight, solar panels. It's going to be ran by wind turbines. Wow, that's some heavy, man. Y'all don't see it like me. This is the end of our humanity as we know it. These will be the new people, and they're going to be all tight and pressed and stuffy and shit and, you know, snobs. Excuse me, gonna be all snobby, and Rudy go, excuse me, sir, I was in line first. And you're gonna be like, shut the fuck up, man. Get the hell out of here, man. Like, for real, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be all snobby and stuck up like they're Kryptonians. And we're gonna be like, what the hell's your problem? They're gonna laser beam us and shit. It's not cool, because they're gonna change their genocode and make them Kryptonians. It's bad, man.
The highly advanced pods operate with minimal energy needs, making it easy for your baby to make it to full term without any complications.
Look, the baby's eyes is different. The baby don't even look like the mama. The mama look like Tito. What the hell just happened? See, they're already doing it.
And for those who want a more convenient solution, Ectolife is made accessible so your life can be easier. Thanks to our miniaturized bioreactors and long-lasting batteries, you can use Ectolife growth pods at the comfort of your home.
This is a bad idea, okay? Literally, this is a bad idea. And I forgot about this part, but yeah, this is a bad idea because, honestly, you take something like this home, people ain't seen no science like this in normal day life. And look at the apartment. First off, look at the pad. Like I said, this is some wealthy people. They got a high sky-rise way up in the West Hills, or freaking, you know, way up on the east side. It's the deluxe apartments in the skies. And it's not cool, man, because somebody could come in, mess with this thing, the dad and the woman, or mom and dad, whatever, however you want to say it, get mad at each other, get in a fight, because, you know, there was no physical bond there, so the baby's in a damn pod, you know, you go alter, I don't want this baby, and they crash the thing, and liquid and all that come out, and the baby's dead. There could be so many issues. You have some family members over for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and they come in and trash the thing, man. You know, some dumb kid like, haha, what is this? Psh, psh, you know, hit it with something. Your kids are dumb like that. And then, like, it doesn't make any sense. There's so many flaws. Why would you keep this thing in your house? But then again, why would you put it in the lab in the beginning? It doesn't make any sense. It's all wacky-decky, stewy, loony-toony, crazy science. And someone's life is in danger. That's what I see here.
Allowing you to incubate your baby in your building without the need to visit our factory.
Just think about that. There's no one doing that. Look at that. There's a freaking tank there that could blow up. And someone come in there and smoke a cigarette. Bam, everybody dead.
By owning your special growth pod, you will have the ability to build a happy family, one baby at a time, away from any birth complications.
Look at that massive flow of babies. This is crazy. This is a super villain. This is Lex Luthor running this shit. Okay? They're trying to take down Superman. Project Cagnus. Or freaking 33.1. This ain't cool, man.
The concept of Ectolife facility was designed by biotechnologist and science communicator.
That's the super villain.
Hashim Al-Ghaili.
Hashim Al-Ghaili. Remember him. Look him up. He's the biggest supervillain right now on the planet for making this nonsense. Hershmagaji, whatever his name is, he's a supervillain. I gotta rewind it again, but I'm not doing that.
relies on groundbreaking research work that has been conducted by scientists and engineers since 1950s. Tired of waiting
How can you be proud of that? How can you be proud of that?
for a response from an adoption agency, unable to find a suitable surrogate mother, worried about pregnancy complications? Worry no more, because Ectolife got you covered.
The sick part is just this part you just heard. It's like, how can you make it sound like a commercial? Like, it's like how you make it sound like a commercial? Like, you're tired of your foot stinking? You haven't gastric reflux? You haven't gonorrhea? Oh, take these pills. Take this medication. Go through this treatment and you won't have this again. It's just like, now to make it like, you're playing with life. You're playing God. Okay? Playing God. Okay.
Ectolife, reinventing evolution.
See? They just proved it with the title itself. Reinventing evolution. Playing God. Okay? That's why they think they can play with the genocode, because they take it as a form of evolution. Okay? It's abomination. It's abomination. It's abomination of all humanity. It's a curse against humanity, and it will doom us all. It is not something cool. And like I said, if they play around this, it does become popular, and some idiot does take one of these pods home, and multiple people start doing so, I mean, I would say that logically, like I said, you can't take one of them things home because it would be unsafe. And there's so many elements that could happen, so many scenarios. Okay, people shooting bullets outside, they go through the house and break the thing, you know, or anything. So the most safe thing would be to keep it in the lab. But then what would happen inside the lab with the people that are there, that are running the place? You know, people that just want a job, but they're like, oh, the hell with this, and they break one of the baby pods. I believe the good old-fashioned way is the best. Plus, you have fun making a baby. So, don't do this. Okay, this is my warning for people. There's a purpose, there's a reason why. Okay, you don't know what that reason is, but you gotta think of it like one of them stories you hear about the women that go out, can't have children of their own. They adopt all these kids become way better people, are the ones that make orphanages or whatever they do. There's a reason why. And the reason why that happens is because God put it there. You can't have kids on your own, but all these abandoned kids are yours. They're all yours. You know, guide them, lead them, give them purpose. Make sure they have ways to create things that they like that could benefit everybody. This ain't it. You ain't benefiting everybody here. There's some secret, sinister, social experiment garbage going on here. This doesn't make any sense. And that dude was a supervillain. Okay? So, yes. So, let's get to this. Let's get to the point of what I'm talking about. Naturally mutated features. Okay. So, honestly, after watching that, I don't know how any of y'all feel. What you think? How you think about it? But I believe it was time to stop. It's time to stop trying to go too far with science and technology to the point that it might erase us all. You can already see the damage. If you grew up in anywhere between 70s, 80s, and 90s, okay, then you know that stuff here now it wasn't here before. Cell phones wasn't around. I mean, I had to wait all day for someone to call. It would be like if you were even trying to get with a girl or something, you'd be waiting like, is she gonna call me? I should call her. I don't know what to call her. But you didn't have no text thing going on. There's all these texts and stuff. You know, a little bit when pagers came around, but pagers was like pagers was like the beginning of cell phones in a way, but without all the technology. Like my cell phone, I developed a thing where I just don't call people. And I don't answer the phone really. So texting is the main thing. You know, you're texting me and you're telling me that means you really want to talk to me. But other than that, I won't call people. So people have to call me. But when they call me, I don't know if it's a real person unless they put their name and a number in my phone already. So it's a thing. It's really complicated, and the reason why it happened because back in the day, you would be happy if someone called. You'd be like, "Oh, someone's calling you. Oh my God, who's calling me?" Now you're not. Like what the hell? The reason why that is because for a long time we went through all these scam calls and people getting tricked out of their money, by people from India and other places, and you're like, "What the hell is going on?" So the phone call stuff doesn't really work. With me, it's mostly a computer, mobile computer, and I'm playing all this crap and looking up all this stuff. And so technology messed phones up for everybody. And you can sit there and take photos now. You don't need a regular camera anymore. Polaroids don't make any sense anymore because you get them already on your phone and you can take them off the card and blah, 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 But the internet itself messed up dating. People used to go out, meet a girl, hang out, get to know her, talk her. They want you to pay on these dating sites to actually go out with a woman. Like, who wants to do that? They give you so many options. Even when you think you found someone you dig talking to, they throw more of them at you. And so it puts people on a chopping block. It puts them in a supermarket type of mentality. Oh, I can get this one, I can get that one, I can get this one. It's not cool. Meeting a woman up front, having her laugh, understand what you're saying, joke with you, smile, all that, that's a natural order of things. Excuse me. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to make it like a natural order of things. Bow down, follow, get in line. None of that crap. I'm saying the way things are naturally done on Earth. The way things are going. People growing, things growing, nature, humming, making animals, doing little things. A couple cowboys singing, Blue Shadows while everything goes to sleep. I don't know, just the natural order of things. This is like, seriously. People just living to survive and to keep the human race going, to keep every species going on Earth. The harmony and the connection. Ants need stuff to fall on the ground so they can make food, and photosynthesis with the plants, sun, water, rain, whatever, and the plants grow, and seed falls somewhere, a bird takes it, or animal, or something, and it grows somewhere, falls, and grows some more stuff. This is the natural order of things. Okay, condensation. Why does it happen? Because it's the natural order of things. On top of the fact that how rain forms, and it got to get really hot before it starts to rain, and people don't know that. But yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just trying to explain. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And yeah, there might be broken things when it comes to the way people look at childbirth, but at least let something be born. And I'm not going to further go into that, but let something be born so you can appreciate it and love it, and watch it grow and become a person that you can beg money from. Like, I need $10, man. You got $10, stuff like that. So I'm just saying, okay. All I know is it seems wrong to me, this video, and I don't know how you guys look at it. Say what you want, call me crazy, whatever. I know a lot of people like to leave messed up comments. So today you get the chance. But honestly, this is an abomination against mankind. It's an abomination against God. It's people playing God, which is another no-no, taking human life in their own hands. And at the same time, the genocode being played with is grounds for all kinds of worser science that should not be made. And even though you already know about chimeras and people doing things to make humanoid animal creatures, none of it's right. None of it's right. And it's going to turn into something really bad in the future. But maybe by people doing that, it might make the thing that actually do us all in worse than whatever these babies are. It might be the next creature to come and try to attack us and destroy us. And everyone that's human is in danger, which might end racism. So go ahead and make them creatures, man. Make them, and let's unite to fight against them. Anyway, in all seriousness, try to do things the right way, the best way. And if you're going to make a child, make sure that both of you and the woman, or the opposite sex, or whichever way it goes here, actually both feel the same way and want to make sure they can cross out all the X's to make sure they can grow a healthy, strong baby, to where you don't need no mutated, weird science crap like this. And with that being said, this has been Moral High Ground, and I've talked about what's morally wrong. Okay? Today, everything morally wrong. So, peace be with you all. Blessed to you always. Peace out.